let's look at some tips for how to work and navigate ALEKS. So whenever you click on ALEKS from my Canvas course, it's pretty good about bringing you to where you really just where you need to work. You can always click on Start My Path, and that's where you need to be. So from here, it brings you to this landing page. Well, really, it's a learning page, and it has a explanation of what you're about to learn. We usually don't have to press all these pop-ups, but for the first time, you will. Anyway, so here's your learning page. You're ready to start. Now, if you get on this and you start it and you feel like, okay, I really don't know how to do this, well, here's some support. My favorite thing that students really, they don't use, but it's my favorite thing, are the videos right over here with the little play button. It gives you a video of how to work this problem. It also takes you to a place where it explains it in the textbook, gives you some definitions to help clarify some things. But you can always go back to the explanation if you need to, right down here at the bottom left of the page. But now if you do answer it correctly, so 6 plus 5 is 11x. So check it. Now, whenever I answer that, notice how this progress bar, how I just answered one of the 5 questions in this one topic correctly. And then I go to the next, and I answer, okay, 6x minus x. So if you have 6 of one thing and take away a thing, 6 minus 1 is 5 x's. Now notice what happens on our progress bar. So we check it. We've only done 2 questions, but it gave us credit for 3. And then if you answer another one correctly, so 2 C's and 5 C's, that's 7 C's, and then your plus 6 doesn't combine. It gave me credit for all 5, and I only answered 3 questions. So now that same sort of tactic works in the opposite direction as well. I mean, when you miss something, and it kind of gives you some more support there. But then we could go to the next thing. But also, sometimes students have a problem navigating, well, how many do I have left? I mean, I just answered 5 questions. Well, if you press this little down arrow, you can then navigate to see what all topics, and you can kind of skip around. Now, each one of these topics, you see you have 15 topics left. Each one of these topics will have anywhere from 3 to 5 questions per topic. However, do realize what I just showed you. Whenever you answer some correctly consecutively, it takes problems away. And you can also use this menu to sort of skip around. You can't skip to anything that has a lock on it. It'll show you that that topic is locked, but you can skip to anything that isn't locked. You can also, in this view, once we have gone through a couple of weeks, you can navigate to a different week. But you can see that all these future weeks are logged. Now, I don't want you to take this information about, okay, you answer so many in a row, and you answer so many correctly in a row, and it takes problems away. That may tempt you to try to use some other app like PhotoMath or something like that. Don't do that, because whenever we do that, this system is tracking you and what you know. So if you answer something correctly, but you had help from an app, it thinks that you know something that you don't. Therefore, it's not preparing you for test 1 and test 2 and test 3, all of which are knowledge checks. So don't, and I'm going to be explaining more about the way that works in class, but don't as long as you make it through the homework objective and are honest with it, when you make that 100, it is completely preparing you for the test. So be honest with it that way. Whenever you miss something, it knows